Jnanakosha Upanishads.
ॐ गणानां त्वा गणपतिगुं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपवज्रमस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पदान शृण्वन्नोतिभिः ॐ पूर्णमिदं पूर्णमदः पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेव अवशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
Krishna Yajurveda Upanishad, Katharudra Upanishad. Om, may he protect us both together, may he nourish us both together. May we work conjointly with great energy. May our study be vigorous and effective. May we not mutually dispute. Om, let there be peace in me, let there be peace in my environment. Let there be peace in the forces that act on me. The gods, it is said, requested of the venerable Brahma, venerable sir, impart to us the spiritual knowledge. He, the creator, Prajapati, replied, after removing the hair, including the tuft and discarding it, and after removing the sacred thread, looking at one's son, thou art the scripture, thou the sacrifice, thou the vastakara, thou the syllable Om, thou art Swaha, thou Swadha, thou the doer and thou the creator. Then the son shall say, I am the scripture, I am the sacrifice, I am the vastakara, I am the syllable Om, I am Swaha, I am Swadha, I am the doer and I am the creator. I am the divine architect, I am the base. These are the words. While parting, he shall not shed tears. Should he shed tears, the line of progeny will be broken. Circumambulating clockwise and not looking at anything, he shall depart. Such a one is fit for the world of Brahman. After studying the Vedas as a celibate student and performing the duties prescribed in the scriptures, after marrying and begetting sons and providing them with suitable means, having performed sacrifices according to ability, he who has been permitted by elders and relatives shall take to renunciation. Reaching the forest, he shall perform the Agnihotra, sacrifice for 12 nights by pouring oblations of milk into the fire. For 12 nights he shall subsist on milk. At the end of 12 nights, the wooden vessels, being no more of use, shall be offered to the fire. This is the oblation of cooked rice to the Vaishvanara fire to Prajapati. The oblation appointed in 3 potsherds to Vishnu and Agni. The clay pot shall be consigned to the waters. The metal one shall be given to the teacher with the mantra. May you not desert me while parting from me. May I not desert you while I part from you. He shall prostrate before the 3 fires, the household fire, the southern fire, and the fire in which the oblations are offered. Some say that he shall consume a handful of ashes from the place where the fire kindling sticks stand. After removing the hair, including the tuft, and discarding it, he shall abandon the sacred thread in the waters with the mantra. Bhuha Swaha, therefore, he shall resort to starvation or drowning in water or entering fire, or betake himself to the battlefield, or he shall journey forward until he falls and dies, or he shall enter a hermitage of elderly ascetics. He shall consume milk as the repast, that shall be his offering for the evening. That milk which he takes in the morning is his morning offering. that of the new moon day, the new moon day sacrifice, that of the full moon day, the full moon day sacrifice. The shaving of the head, beard, and cutting of nails in the spring comprise the Agnistoma sacrifice. After renunciation, he shall not resume the fire rituals. He shall recite the spiritual mantra, for I have become death and would enter that which is coming into being, saying, welfare of all beings, and contemplating the self and not else, lifting up the arms, he shall be one who has abandoned the path. He shall move about without any abode. He shall subsist on alms and shall not give any. He shall not wear even scant, save during the rainy season for the protection of the animal body. Here are the verses. The water pot, the ladle, the sling, the staff, footwear covering to protect from the cold, the lion cloth, the garment, the ring of kusha grass, the bath towel, as well as the upper cloth, the sacred thread, and the scriptures. All these an ascetic shall renounce. With purified water he shall bathe and wash, and also drink of the same. He shall sleep on the sands of a river or in temples. He shall not make the body endure the extremes of comfort or hardship. He shall not exalt when praised, nor curse others when blamed. The one who bears a staff shall be unflatteringly firm in celibacy, looking at, touching, sporting, talking about, entering into secret dialogue, imagining, thinking about our physical enjoyment. This is what the learned call the eightfold cohabitation. Brahmacharya is the contrary. It should be observed by those who seek liberation. The self-effulgent light which illuminates the world ever shines. It is indeed the witness of the world, the self-law of all, pure in form, the basis of all beings, whose nature is pure consciousness. Not by action, not by children, not by anything else, only by knowing Brahman, man attains Brahman. That Brahman which is without a second and which is truth, knowledge, and happiness is the object of knowing. The best of the twice born, who know Brahman residing in the cave which is called the highest heaven, during his transmigratory existence known as illusion, ignorance, attain all desired things instantaneously. He who realizes his own self, which is the witness of the power called ignorance and illusion, knowing I am Brahman alone, becomes Brahman itself. From this self, which is one with Brahman and which is possessed of power, arose the unmanifest ether like a rope serpent. Then from the ether emerged the unmanifest touch, which is named air. Then from air emerged fire, from fire water, and from water the earth. Then after dividing and compounding all those subtle into 5, from them alone the auspicious Lord created the cosmic egg. And folded in the cosmic egg are gods, anti-gods, yakshas, kinnaras, human beings, animals, birds, in accordance with their own actions. The bodies of beings which appear in the form of bones, sinews, etc., is the self of the nature of food for the all-pervading self. Then further within is the self of prana, energy. Still further within is the self of the nature of mind, which is different. Next, even further within and different is the self of the nature of knowledge. Then in the interior distinct is the self of the nature of bliss. That of the nature of food is pervaded by of the nature of vital energy. Similarly, vital energy is by the nature, by self of the nature of mind. The mind self is pervaded by the self of knowledge. The ever happy self of the nature of knowledge is always pervaded by bliss. In the same way, the self of bliss is pervaded by Brahman, the witness, the innermost of all. Brahman is not by anything else. By realizing directly this Brahman, which is named the support, which is of the nature of truth, knowledge, and non duality, the essence, the joy, the eternal, the dweller in the body, becomes happy everywhere. Where from otherwise can there be happiness? If this supreme bliss, which is the very self of all beings, were not existent, which human being can be alive? Who can ever be active? Therefore, it is this being shining fully in the consciousness that ever makes happy the individual self, which is otherwise full of sorrow. Only when the great ascetic realizes his complete unity without any difference from this which is described as unseen, he attains total fearlessness. This is the ultimate good, supreme immortality, absolute existence, transcendent Brahman beyond the three divisions. When an individual experiences even a slight difference in this, he will have fear, there is no doubt. Because of this sheath of bliss, from God, Vishnu to a pillar, all always realize happiness, though in different degrees. For him who is versed in the scriptures, disinterested in attaining any position and happy, the bliss which is his very nature shines forth by itself. It is well known that word functions dependent upon a base like jati, dravya, kriya, guna. Because of the absence of any base, words recoil. For how can the word function in respect of the absolute bliss devoid of any base? This subtle mind, which makes all things its object, turns back from that, from which retreat also hearing, touch, sight, as well as the organs of actions. They are not capable of reaching the Supreme. Realizing that Brahman, which is bliss without a second, devoid of attributes, the solidarity of truth and consciousness as one's own self, one fears not. He who knows thus from the teaching of his Guru, who becomes master of himself, never suffers from the impact of good and bad actions. The whole world, which appeared formerly as the inflictor and the inflicted, now shines as one's own self, owing to the knowledge arising from the Vedantic teaching. The pure God, the individual self, the knower, the means of knowledge, the object of knowledge, and the result, thus for empirical purposes, is the sevenfold distinction made. The consciousness, devoid of the condition of the Maya, is termed pure. When related to the cosmic near science, it is God. Under the influence of the individual near science, avidya, it is the individual self. When related to the internal organ, it is called the knower. In relationship with the modifications of the internal organ, it is called the means of knowledge. The consciousness which is not known is termed object, and the consciousness which is known is called result. The intelligent man should meditate upon his own self as devoid of all conditioning. He who knows this in reality becomes Brahman itself. Now I speak of the true essence of the teaching of all Vedanta, dying oneself, becoming oneself, one yet remains oneself. Thus the Upanishad. Om, may he protect us both together, may he nourish us both together. May we work conjointly with great energy. May our study be vigorous and effective. May we not mutually dispute. Om, let there be peace in me, let there be peace in my environment, let there be peace in the forces that act on me. Here ends the Katharudra Upanishad belonging to the Krishna Yajurveda.